I welcome you back to the Burdick channel. Today we are talking about California reservoirs. We'll be talking about Lake Oroville, Shasta, Lake Trinity, Lake Folsom as well, and we'll be talking about the snowpack. We will be talking about the upcoming rains that are coming back to California as we scoot right into windy.com. The next 12 hours are going to be dry. As advertised back in January, I did say that there will be rain coming in February. That wasn't a lie, and we go to the next 24 hours. You can see that's already starting to hit the coast. My friends over in Eureka, you're going to start to get some precipitation in the next 24 hours, a 0.59. We go down to Santa Rosa, a 0.3. Sacramento, you're not going to get anything. Yuba City, Chico, Redding, 0.1 the next 12 hours. We go the next 3 days and look at this over by Lake Oroville. We scoot in here, and the next 3 days are going to be interesting. You're going to get around 2 inches of precipitation here around Lake Oroville. Oroville's Dam, not so much. Scoot in here, but Lake Oroville's Dam, 1.49. So rains are returning, and you're going to get a decent amount of rain. Is the GFS agreeing? That's a question to ponder. Not as much, about 1.5 inches, and over here maybe around 1.5 inches they're saying. So we'll see which one. They're saying more rain up here towards Lake Shasta, 1.74 in the next 3 days. We go back to the European. Let's go to the next 5 days, and this thing lights up a little bit more. You're talking about 2.5 inches of precipitation, and we go all the way down. You can see that the majority of California, the central and the north, are going to get in on this system. Not so much in the south. It's going to remain dry. So my friends over at Lake Havasu City, no precipitation. Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and San Diego, you guys are going to be fairly dry. My friends down in Bakersfield, you're going to get a little bit of precipitation, 0.17, and we go over to Santa Maria, 1.3. We come up over here to San Francisco, about 1.5 inches. Over at Oakland, you're going to get 1.52, and then up along the coast here, you're going to get about 2.26. So this is fantastic news. They definitely could get more. Right through the valley, like Sacramento's going to get about 1.4 inches. Chico's going to get 1.4. Redding's going to get 1.13. We go up to my friends over in Crescent City, you're going to get about 1.53. Mount Shasta, you're talking about 1.47. We go the next 10 days, and boom, this thing really lights up. Check out Lake Oroville. This is the scenario that I have been talking about for a while. You have a decent amount of snow. We go to the snow depth real quick. So you have all this snow coming. You got 42 inches, so they say. Now, some people say that this map's junk and that they have a lot more on the ground. I'm not sure. The lake has been increasing quite a bit. You have over here in Chester, you have 44. Just to the north of Chester, you got around 50 inches or so. So let's just take it for face value and say that it's 50 inches. And then you go back to the rain accumulation, 10 days, and you got 3.2. Now, is this new snow? Some of it's new snow, so that's good. It's not all rain. If it was a rain event, that would be terrible. Being that it's a snow event, it's okay, but some of it's going to be rain because we go back to the rain accumulation. You're talking about 3.8 inches. You go to new snow, and it's only 37. It doesn't equal out that way, so some of this is going to melt, some of it. Some of it will be rain, some of it will be snow, just depending on when it falls, I suppose. We're getting later in the year. The sun's not going down to almost 6 now, and we'll have to be watching this very carefully. The daylight is increasing rapidly. So we go down to my friends over in Truckee, 2.64. Our friends down in South Lake Tahoe, hello, 2.76 of snow. We go over to Bear Valley, 31 inches. So we go down to Yosemite Valley, you have 24 inches. You go down to Mammoth Lakes, 1.6. So the record snow is going to crush 1983's amount by far. That is good news. We will take it for sure. This system doesn't go way down like it did earlier in the year, but hey, we had 9 of them in a row. That was intense. That's crazy. So now you just get a few normal ones. And you remember, February is generally the wettest month in California, so I have been told. So we'll be watching this to see if this really comes to pass, and we're going to roll out the tropical tidbits and see what the GFS has to say right now. Here we are at tropical tidbits, and we'll start it in motion. We'll count them through. Here comes comes your first system that's come through. Here comes another system. That's the second system, and this is still going through, and it dries up a little bit. You got a little weak system that develops here. That's your third system that comes through. Here comes another system. This would be your fourth system that's getting ready to come through. And it looks like maybe another one might be forming. No, it moves to the south, and possibly another one. Let's go to that real quick. So you have 4, maybe 5 systems possibly coming through over the next 16 days, according to the GFS. It's a long way out, so we'll be watching to see if this comes to pass, and we continue to roll on. I want to go check out the snow depth next. Here we are at your current snowpack. I want to start back at the 29th of January here. We're at the snowpack. You can see it was at 105, 173. This is your average for April 1st. This is the date that we got to keep an eye on. This is the one that's most important. So you're above average for April 1st, which is good. The central's at 130%, which is above average, but it's 211 for today, but April 1st it's 130. And remember, this is January 29th. And then the southern Sierra is at 153. It's currently at 252, which is fantastic. This is really good snowpack for the southern. With more snow coming, this will increase even more. We could possibly get this number to 200 here. So let's scoot up to what today's levels are. So keep those in mind. We're happy Groundhog's Day. Now we're February 2nd here, and you can see that that's come up to 106. 170, 131, 207, 155, 249. So this has come down some, so as to be expected, but there's more precipitation coming in the next 3 days, so that's a for sure thing. That's definitely going to happen. Usually they're not very wrong whenever it comes to 3 days out. They're more or less wrong whenever it gets beyond 3 to 5 days out. That's when it really starts to get dicey and the forecast could change. So let's go look at the numbers. So numbers of stations reporting 32, average snow water equivalent 30.2, percentage of April 1st 106, percentage normal for this date 170. That's the north. We go to the central. The central says number of stations reporting 49, average water equivalent 35.4. That's 2.95 feet of water there, so that's insane. That's crazy. That's not quite 36 inches. If it was 36, it would have been a solid 3, so just remember that. The south is 32 stations reporting, 35.1 is your average, 155% for this date. Percent of April 1st average is 155. Percent of normal for this date is 249. Statewide, you're looking at 33.8, not quite 3 feet of water. It's a lot. Percentage of April 1st is 129% for the entire state. That's incredible. And percent of normal for this date, 206. This number is going to climb, mark my words. We have big time rains coming back to Lake Oroville. This could get dicey, I'm telling you. The lake is increasing. They said that we are more or less out of a La Nina and that we're starting to slowly start to move toward an El Nino, but right now we are in a neutral. So let's continue down to Lake Oroville and see what the inflows and your outflows are next. Here we are at Lake Oroville, and you can see that the water levels have increased to 2,317,153 is your current storage acre feet, percentage of capacity. Your percentage of capacity is currently 65.50% of full. So some people would say it's 66% of full, so you're 2/3 of the way full there at Lake Oroville, so this thing has really come up since December. Your outflows are currently 0. Your inflows are 3,591, and let's go look and see how high the lake has come up since the 1st of December. As we roll out to December 1st, you can see the level was at 658.47, 152.41 feet since then. Today we stand at 810.88 feet, and this was Thursday, February 2nd, 2023 at 3 p.m. The level is currently 89.12 feet, below full pool of 900, and as a matter of fact, we're really getting close to those Tanner gates, and lo and behold, they have cut the live feed at Lake Oroville. I'm not sure why, but there's no more Lake Oroville's live feed at the lake. I'm not sure what's going on there. Who knows? It's very bizarre. I've checked both of them and neither one of them are working currently. It said it's taken down by user, and that's what we got. I think once it gets to 818 feet, I think that's the bottom of the Tater Gates. So we are literally 7.22 feet away from that happening. But we're getting really close. It's changes since yesterday, 0.82 feet. This thing continues to rise, and it has risen up quite a bit since the beginning of December. As a matter of fact, in the last 63 days, this thing has come up 1.52 feet. Don't be kidding yourself thinking that we get these 4 inches of rain that this thing could possibly be at 850 feet real easy, and probably even higher. It's probably going to go all the way to the 900 feet. They're going to have to open up the gates at some point. The DNR has stated that they are going to release 30% more, which they were only going to give 5% to farmers downstream, and now they said that they will give them 30%. So the lake continues to rise, and we will be watching this very soon. Now, the person who asked me about the meters, I got a little treat for you, something I want to show you that I'm working on. It's not done yet. I will eventually have my own graphs up for Lake Oroville, but just a sneak peek to those people that are wanting to know what I got coming down the pike, and here it comes. Now, this isn't for today's date, and it's not complete by any stretch of the imagination, but 900 feet is 274.32 meters for those of you who are wondering, and 805.23 feet is 245.43 meters. So you get an idea. I have this coming down the pike, so you will not be disappointed for the person that has asked for meters. I got that coming in the works. I'm not quite done with it. I got to get all these graphs together. It takes a while to put this stuff together. It just doesn't come together easily. And I work full time, and it's a job outside of my normal job. So let's get back to the program. For you who are wanting to know about the meters, there you go. Big time rises for Lake Oroville. We'll be talking about it. As we roll out to Lake Shasta, you can see that the current water level at Lake Shasta is 987.99 feet. MSL Thursday, February 2nd, 2023 at 3 p.m. The level is 79.01 feet below full pool of 1,067. Changes since yesterday. This lake has really slowed down at 0.17, but there's more rain coming, so we'll be watching it. We're only 79.01 feet from the top. There's a possibility that we will get there by the end of summer with all the snow that's there, that's going to melt, that will come down the pike. This is fantastic news. A far cry from the last 2 years that we have been screaming drought, 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 and we continue to roll on. Over to Lake Trinity next. Trinity's current water level is 2,226.46, and this was taken Thursday, February 2nd, 2023, 3 p.m., and this is not right. I do not know why they don't fix that, but it's not correct whatsoever. Changes since yesterday. This thing is mirroring 2022. You're right about the same spot you were in 2022, maybe a little bit higher. Yes, you are slightly so higher by 0.4 of an inch, so that's what's going on here, and don't forget that the top of the glory hole is 2,370, and you can see that we're almost to the Cedar boat ramp. This was taken Wednesday, so that was yesterday, so we're not quite there. We're getting close. Down to Lake Folsom next. Lake Folsom's water level, you can see it kind of leveled out. You're down 0.5, and we'll look at the inflows and the outflows on that here in a minute. The water level is currently 416.57 feet MSL Thursday, February 2nd, 2023. The level is 49.43 feet below full pool of 466. Let's go look at your inflows, your outflows next. Your latest outflows were 1,971, so they have slowed down the outflows. It was at 5,000, and they have slowed it down. Your inflows are currently 4,863, and your storage acre feet is 500,183, so a smaller lake, but it's still a lake regardless, and they haven't given us any updates on these. And that's all I have for tonight. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you liked the sneak peek into the graphs. Something that I've been working on, and it's time consuming, just let me tell you. So hope you guys appreciate my efforts. You guys have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one. God bless.